Hey, how in the world are you? Let me move a window out of the way. Jeez, how did all this get all discombobulated? So, wanted to come on and say what's up. I have got some really, really awesome things happening. I have. Hey, Danielle Rowe, how in the world are you? I know you already shared this because that's just who you are. You're awesome like that. So, I've got some amazing things going on. Um, I finally bit the bullet and decided that, see, I've been doing video editing. Hey, Anne Marie, what's up, Sean Weatherby? How you doing? So I've been doing video editing forever and used a variety of programs. The latest one I've been using for the last few years um, is called Camtasia, which does a great job, but it's clunky in a sense that you can't do big video projects like real big ones because it just can't handle it. And it was crashing my computer, and I'm thinking, do I need a new computer? What's going on? So I finally bit the bullet and I got Adobe Premiere Pro. And shall I tag you? Sure, go ahead. But I got Adobe Premiere Pro because it's what the professionals use, all of them. And it's used in Hollywood. It's phenomenal. But for a long time, even though I'm an Adobe Photoshop expert, I've used a lot of Adobe products over the years. But for a long time, for whatever reason, I projected in my head that Adobe Premiere Pro was going to be impossible for me to learn and figure out. So I didn't do it. What's up, Jason Alt? I didn't do it. I did not ever use, well, I tinkered with it here and there years ago, and I'm like, yeah, this is too much. So finally, I decided I'm going to learn Adobe Premiere Pro. And for the last few days or so, I have had my head down, buried in projects, working in Adobe Premiere. We do a lot of video stuff. Hey, Ermelo, how you doing? Blessings right back at you, brother. I've been learning Premiere Pro. I mean, we do a lot of website work and graphic design stuff, and video stuff comes along with that. I've had videographers work for me over the years, but I wanted to learn it myself. And so I really have had my head down the last few days, and oh my gosh, it is a powerful, powerful program. And all of those projections about how impossible it was going to be for me to learn weren't true. They were not true. And all of the projections over the years of, a long time ago, somebody said to me, dude, quit projecting all that negativity into your future, man. Quit projecting bad things into your future. And this is from another recovered alcoholic that I used to talk with, and he's like, dude, alcoholics don't know the difference between a broken shoelace and a death in the family. And it's so true, not just with alcoholics. So many people out there, all of us, we do that. It's a natural human thing where we start. What's up, Dan Kelleher? How you doing? Right. Never say never. All of us, like, something bad will happen. It's a natural human tendency, I believe, to take that bad thing and embellish it, blow it out of proportion, make it way worse than it actually is, and project it into our future as being something really, really bad. When in fact, if you look, there is always a silver lining. There's always some sort of a silver lining. Now, I'm not saying that there are not catastrophic things that occur to people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's always a silver lining. And all of that negative projecting that I've done into my own future because something went sideways, something went wrong, something happened, yada, 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 all of the different things that I've gone, man, this thing or that thing, or man, I'll tell you, reprogramming my mind to project positivity into my future has been one of the most difficult things that I've ever had to do. And I still work on it every single day of my life. Every day. I write out those I am statements, the positive affirmations. I write those out. My buddy Damien Boudreau gave me the guy is unbelievable. If you don't know who Damien Boudreau is, I suggest you check him out. He is unbelievable. But he said, dude, you need to write out, I forget what it was, 60 positive affirmations, 60 of them. And, I'm like, well, dude, I do like 15 to 20 a day. And he's like, do 60. And they have to all be adjectives. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Until I started doing it and I had to follow the exact formula. And I was like, wow, this is really, really difficult. Like, if you've never tried it, I suggest you try it. But it's a great way to focus your mind on the positive things. So instead of, Anne Marie says, some girl at work today said that the day was lasting too long. I asked her if she had set a sales meeting yet. She said no. I said, well, then that's perfect. You have the rest of the day to get one. You should never ask for it less time. Amen. I agree with that. So, like when you start programming your mind to see the positive in everything, again, it's not easy. I mean, you can turn on any TV station, any news channel, open up any newspaper, and it's going to be filled with negativity. We live in a very, very negative world, unfortunately. It's just like last month, I think I had Andy Frisella booked for the show, and he had to cancel at the last minute. And I'm like, immediately I started thinking, man, I can't believe this. I don't know if I'm ever going to get him rebooked. And here just this past weekend, he rebooked. I'm going to have Andy Frisella on my show this month. So I'm pretty excited about that. He is the real deal. And if you don't know who Andy Frisella is, first off, he spoke at the first couple of Grant Cardone 10X growth conferences. He has one of the number one, if not the number one podcast in the world, or business podcast. I'm not sure which podcast category, but the MF CEO Project. He's legit. He's the CEO and founder of First Form. And I'm telling you, the dude is legit. And I've got him on, like, he rescheduled. So, like, but again, it's those projections. The what is your mind set up to do when things don't go exactly the way you want them to go? Like this big video project I've been working on. I've spent 60 hours working on at least that, if not more. That's what that's an estimation, and I'm doing a low estimation. It's probably way more, and I don't even want to think about it, but I looked at it like, okay, I put all this time into it trying to build this thing out in Camtasia, and it just will not work in Camtasia. So now I've had to take all of that time and go, okay, was it a waste of time? No, it was me learning that this isn't going to work for this project. You got to find a solution that'll work. What's up, Jay? How in the world are you? So I did. I found a solution that works, and it's called What the Professionals Use. And I'm learning the heck out of this. And because of all the experience I have in video editing and all the other stuff that I do, it's been pretty easy for me to learn. Way easier than I thought it was going to be. But yet I projected that it was going to be impossible. So it's not. I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro now. I'm going to dive into After Effects at some point, but I know how to use Adobe Premiere Pro now. I know how to use it. I literally know how to use it. So, I'm pretty excited about it because it's really, really cool. So again, it's taking those negative situations that happen, like having me projecting that Andy Frisella was never going to be on my show, and now he's going to be on my show. He's booked. He's scheduled for this week or this month, I mean. So Andy Frisella is going to be on my show. I've got some other amazing people already lined up. I'm gonna, because we were moving and stuff, I had to. A whole month kind of went by without doing many shows. However, this is July. We're moved. Everything's finalized. We're in our new home. We love it here. And now I'm about ready to step it up with the show Breakthrough Walls, and really I've got somebody scheduled for tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So, look, those negative things that go on in our heads, those things that when one thing happens and then, you let it just kind of build and build and build and build, and it turns into something that it absolutely isn't. Well, I forget who said the old saying, I have lived through a lot of terrible things in my life. Some actually happened. Think about that. How many things have you lived through in your life that never even happened? They all happen in your head. Everything happens there. Everything starts with a thought. So, when you really step back and go, okay, how can I make sure that I don't, immediately, if something goes a little sideways, it's very, very rare that it's catastrophic. If something goes a little sideways, how can I make sure that I don't let it go completely off the rails? Because it normally goes completely off the rails right there. How can I stop that from happening? And there are some methods to do that. And there's 1,000 books written, more than 1,000, 1 million, 10 million, who knows how many books. But it all starts with your mind. Grant Cardone says it all the time. He's always saying, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Once you get your mind right, everything else can fall into place. Is that Joe Nicolosi? Joe Nicolosi, what's up, dude? Did I just see Joe Nicolosi pop in? What's going on, brother? How you doing? So get your mind right. Get your mind right. Your projector is broken. Somebody used to tell me that all the time. I'd project all this bad stuff, no matter what happened. I mean, there are people that could hit the lottery and start projecting negativity into their future. I'm not one of them, but there are people like that. And dude, you got to get your mind right. You got to get your mind right. And I work on that every single day of my life. Get your mind right, and the rest of your life will fall into place. So that's all I got. I just thought I'd pop on here for a minute and talk about that. Turn the projector off. If you find yourself thinking negative thoughts, maybe you don't speak them, but if you find yourself thinking negatively, if you find yourself every time something good happens, you look for the bad in it, and there are people that do that. Something good happens and they immediately start looking for the bad. And it's a terrible way to live. I've been there. I have been there so many times in my life. I've been there. And it sucks to live there, man. I've been there. It's a horrible, horrible place to be. If you start expressing gratitude, focus on what you're grateful for. Focus on when something good happens, express gratitude, write it down, pray about it, give thanks to God. Whatever it is, just be grateful and start focusing on what you can be grateful about. Once you start focusing on gratitude, man, everything else in life falls into place. So, hey, I appreciate you guys jumping on. I know it's late. Appreciate you jumping on this late and listening to me ramble, sharing some of my thoughts. But, hey, have a great night, and we will see you very soon. Or have a great whatever. I just watched a video by Jeffrey Gitomer. He just sent me. And he said, stop telling people to have a great day or a great night. Why are you limiting my time of having a great anything? I agree with that. However, I'm programmed to say it. So don't have a great night. Have an unbelievable life starting right now. We'll talk to you guys later.